My kids love my sweet and spicy buffalo chicken wraps, and so do I. So let me show you how I do them. Let's get camping and let's get cooking. Let's get started by prepping our chicken, and we're gonna pat it dry. We're gonna put on a little bit of avocado oil, and then we're gonna go down with the SPG, and we're gonna use a generous amount of that SPG. That is our go-to spice on Camp Griddle More. Now that our chicken is prepped, let's also get our veggies ready, and we're gonna slice and dice up some iceberg lettuce. We're also gonna slice up some red pepper, and I cheated a little bit with some pre-sliced carrots, but when you're camping, you're always allowed to cheat and bring the pre-sliced veggies. I've said that time and time again here on Camp Griddle More. While we're here at the cutting board, let's also slice up our lemon, which we're gonna use a little bit later. Now let's make our sweet and spicy buffalo sauce, and this really is what brings this all together. So it's important that you get the sauce right, do it to taste. I'll put the proportions in the recipe below the video, but we're gonna use Frank's hot sauce. We're gonna use about a quarter stick of butter. We're gonna use honey to taste, and my kids like a lot of honey, so I put a lot of honey in this. Then we're gonna put in some Tabasco for heat, and we're gonna squeeze in some lemon juice, and it's gonna have such a sweet and spicy and bright flavor to it. It's really gonna make this buffalo chicken wrap delicious.
What about the SPG?
And we're gonna throw on some SPG there. You could put in minced garlic at this point. My kids don't like too much garlic, so I'm just gonna get a little bit of the garlic flavor from the SPG. Now let's fire up our Blackstone to high heat and get our chicken on the griddle and let it start cruising. Once it's ready for a flip, we'll flip it all over and get it up to 165 degrees. I always like to pull it off as close to 165 as I can get it. Let's put it on our cutting board, place it aside for a minute, and while the griddle's hot, let's actually clean our griddle right now, because this is the easiest time to get it nice and clean. Then we can go back to our chicken that's been resting for a second, and we can cube it up into small pieces, and this is how my kids like it, and this is how I like it. And then we're gonna slide it into our hot buffalo sauce. It is looking so, so good, and now we are ready to assemble our wraps. I always like to find the biggest tortillas that I can find, and a lot of my local grocery stores don't have the extra large grande ones, but I was able to find them this time. It's so much easier to make the wraps this way, and my kids like really nice, big, juicy wraps. The last time I made this, I used ranch dressing, and you can use ranch or blue cheese. It's entirely up to you. But this time I figured I would try to use the blue cheese dressing, since I'm also using some actual blue cheese at the end here. Let's lay down a generous bed of lettuce and then scoop on some of our chicken in this absolutely delicious sauce. Then we're gonna add our carrots and some sliced red pepper. We're gonna lay a pickle across the top and then go down with a sprinkle of the blue cheese. And I don't want to use too much of the blue cheese here, but just a little sprinkle of the blue cheese. And then we are going to wrap it up and cut it up and eat and enjoy. This is an absolute flavor explosion, and it's all about dialing that sauce into where you want it. Do you want it more sweet? Do you want it more spicy? Make that sauce however you want, but those core ingredients are gonna make an amazing sauce for this wrap. I love the tenderness of the chicken, the sweetness of the honey, the kick from the Frank's hot sauce and the Tabasco, but then I also love the crunchiness of this wrap. I love that you're getting that crunchiness from the carrots and from the pickle. Really, really brings it all together. So many nice textures in this wrap. This is one of the best things I have ever made at the campground. This is a real crowd pleaser for me too, because my kids love it and my wife loves it too. Thank you so much for joining me for this week's episode of Camp Griddle More. Let me know in the comments below if you would ever try this sweet and spicy buffalo chicken wrap at the campground. This makes a really nice lunch, or it could be dinner too. So delicious, so wonderful, so perfect for a meal at the campground. We'll see you next week here on Camp Griddle More.